Today, I have a fun sequence for you to engage your core and strengthen your arms and shoulders. All you need is your desk and a chair. And let's begin by sitting in that chair and gently closing your eyes. And let's check in with our posture. So you can start in a few different ways. Today, let's look at our left side and our right side. So notice your left foot and your right foot and your left hip, right hip, left shoulder, right shoulder. And notice what they're doing. Which one feels heavier or which one feels lighter? Or maybe you can't tell, but you're asking the question, and that's going to lead to some discoveries. Do you feel like one shoulder is higher than the other, or your head is tilting one way or the other, to the right or left? You cannot change something that you cannot see. So this is our practice. We're practicing observing right now. And as you observe, notice what shifts just by observing. And then maybe act on those shifts. So if you feel like maybe you felt like, I noticed oddly, my right hip felt more forward of the left. So you take it back, and then maybe that adjusts the shoulder, which was rolled forward, and it rolls back. Just notice for yourself. And it might feel a little weird because you're used to walking around crooked. We've accommodated all of these different repetitive activities that we've engaged in our life, and we don't realize it. And so this is your opportunity to rework a new pattern. And any new pattern is going to feel a little odd, but it can really change your yoga practice. And now notice your breath. How did your breathing change now that you have spaces you didn't have before? Enjoy. Gently allow your eyes to open. Let's scooch a little forward in our chair. That way we'll have a little more room. And then sitting up straight and tall, reach your arms behind you, palms face up. Your arms are on the outsides of your chair back. And now squeeze the outsides of your chair back. Lift your chest, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Release and release. 4 more. And then bring them back. Squeeze. Release. And again. Release. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. And release. And squeeze. And release. Let your arms come down by your sides if they're not there already. And let's do shoulder shrugs. So take your shoulders and shrug them up into your ears. Hold. And gently release. Again. Release. And up. And release. Just feel that tension from your shoulders draining. And again. And down. And up. And down. Take your hands to your chair seat. And we're going to pulse. Pulse what? You're going to just gently lift, not gently at all. You're going to hover your hips an inch, like so. Pull the belly in and then lower. Let's go again. Lift and lower. So you notice that there is a shift forward with the body. You need that. And then push down, lift up, and lower. And lean forward, push, and down. And again. Option now to stick with that. Or go into tricep dips. Make sure that your chair doesn't roll. And you can do this on the chair. You scooch forward. So make sure you have room. And you could simply focus on floating your hips here or swing the elbows in. And everyone together, we're doing 5 more of whatever you're doing. Down and then up, straighten, bend the elbow and straighten, or lift the hips an inch. Whatever you're doing, again, bend and straighten. Just 2 more. Are you breathing? And 1 more. And then come to sitting. Option for another fun thing. You can either grab the chair back or you could grab the desk. So there's 2 fun ways to get into this. Take your feet wide, turn your feet out, your knees out. If you want to use the desk, you simply scooch forward, come into a squat, and then stand up and bend and straighten. Again, you could take your hands to the chair if that's easier and straighten. Keep pushing out through the knees and up. Feeling the lower body get energized. Feel that blood pumping again, a little bit faster, and up. And then squat. And if you're behind the chair, come into in front of the chair so that you can find the chair and sit down. From here, I'm going to come into a forward fold, kind of interestingly. 2 options. Option 1, bow forwards, grab the floor, and then pull up through the belly and bow. If that does not work for you, you start standing, walk your hands down your legs, and bow. Let go of your cares, let go of your worries, and then walk yourself up. Maybe you want to sit down like this or come all the way up to standing and then join us sitting. And take your right hand to your left thigh, left hand to the chair back. Maybe you can see it better here. Push down with your hands. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center and other side. Right hand, left leg. Left hand, right leg. Right hand behind. Roll the chest open. Breathe. And then inhale, back to center. How many inches taller are you now than when you began? Let's recheck our posture. You could close your eyes if it's easier so that you block out the outer world. Notice your sitting bones. Are you forward or behind the sitting bones? Do you feel a little bit more centered? Do you feel like you're still rooting down more to the left or to the right, or is that centered out a bit? And then what about your right shoulder, your left shoulder? Notice how just saying those words now your body is adjusting to its optimal alignment. And your head, is it tilting left, right, forward, back, or do you feel like your head's on straight now? Feel that rooting down through the tailbone, that line of energy running up all the way through the crown of your head. How does that make you feel emotionally and mentally? And then I invite you to join your hands together in front of your heart and thank yourself for taking the time for this short yoga practice, utilizing all of the work that you did and all the benefits from that work as you go throughout the rest of your day. And I invite you to keep using this video and see how you progress with it. I can't wait how this worked for you in the comments below. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.